Your time to catch up with the adventures of Laura Kinney Wolverine is finally here as Marvel has released the first volume, One Mutant Army. Now, I have done a full review for those issues, and we'll get to see that in a minute. So, let me give you a little bit more of extra background or a new introduction to that. This book, Laura Kinney, was bred to be the ultimate weapon. An assassin is X-23, but she has long since left that life behind. As she encounters mutants being forced to use their powers against their will, Wolverine has taken it upon herself to right these wrongs, no matter who stands in her way. We get to see Daredevil. We get to see, and this is Elektra Daredevil. We get to see also Bucky kind of team up with Wolverine in this book. So that's a lot of fun. It's a really cool story, a really cool. We get some really cool stuff happening. Erica Schultz and Giada Belviso really bring a really fun story to this first collection. Now, this book will collect the first 5 issues of that story, and that's exactly what I'll be talking about in this video. So please, if you have read this, let me know what you thought about this first volume of Wolverine. Make sure to go pick it up at your shop. These volumes are really actually really cool. Like the design is very cool on them for these items for the from the Ashes era of the X-Men. And although I haven't been reading all the books, this one's one that really was at the top of my list. We have a full video detailing our tier list for the X-Men titles in the from the Ashes era. You can go check that out as well. But enjoy the video and please let me know what you thought about this series. Hello everyone, Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, we're going to be doing a review for the, I think it's upcoming Laura Kinney Wolverine Volume 1. I read this in single issues, but I know that's how it's going to be collected, so I figure let's just talk about these 5 issues as one thing. This is written by Erica Schultz, who's worked on things like X-23, Deadly Regenesis, most recently. She also worked on the Hallows Eve series. We also have art by Giada Belviso. Giada Belviso is known for her very dynamic layouts and just really intense action sequences, which I think make her a perfect artist for this series. Colors by Rachel Rosenberg and letters by Corey Petit. In this book, we see Laura Kinney, formerly X-23, has fully embraced the mantle of Wolverine, and she's been Wolverine for a while. But in this volume, in these first 5 issues, she launches on a global mission as we kind of come back out of the Krakoa era, this from the Ashes era, in which hunting people that are exploiting mutants, whether it be somebody that has a trafficking ring, to all the way to HYDRA. She fights alongside some different heroes, including Bucky Barnes and Daredevil. We'll talk about that in a little bit. All this to take down all the people that are hurting mutants, and she's doing whatever she can to help those people out. So I really like this series. I read the first issue. You can probably find the review for the first issue standalone on the channel. But when I went back to do this, I checked out what the cutoff was for volume 1. So I caught up on those first 5 issues. And the story is actually pretty interesting because it's broken up into little parts, right? I think issue 1 stands alone. Issues 2 and 3 are a little bit of a Wolverine teaming up with Elektra Daredevil. And then issue number 5 and 4 and 5, she's teaming up with Bucky Barnes. Now, at this moment known as the Revolution, but you probably know him better as Winter Soldier. So I like that. I think Erica Schultz is delivering these little standalone stories to kind of help build up the lore of Laura outside of her other books, right? As of these books going on, she was part of NYX, which was something that was really kind of really had her in the middle of everything. Then, of course, she's been struggling with a lot of these other things. She's also in post Krakoa. Laura's kind of all over the place, right? She also appeared in the Wolverine series, the Logan Wolverine series that's also going on. I recently covered that in a different video. So yeah, I like this. I like that you can kind of jump into these little small arcs that it's very easy to tell by the cover which part of the story they're on. So let's talk about these issues individually. So in the first issue, Laura heads to Dubai to help out a little mutant that's been kind of like he's being used and exploited because of his powers, the powers to make people feel happy and forget about their pain. So that's kind of where this story goes. And Laura has to go rescue him, and then she kind of, along as she's going through this, not only does she kick a lot of ass, but she also finds a little bit of what she's been missing. Like there, she feels like there's a part of herself missing, as she kind of returns to being a different type of Wolverine, a Wolverine that the world needs, which is a little bit different than the Wolverine that was during the Krakoan age. So that's very cool. I think in this one you see a lot of really cool sequences. She jumps off buildings. She's hurt. Yeah, I think just Belviso's art just really, really works here. Whether it's Laura in street clothes, where she's kind of just being herself, or Laura in the Wolverine outfit kicking ass, where she takes an injury. So it's really, really cool. In the second and third issues, she teams up with Daredevil Elektra. She has to go to Hell's Kitchen to help some mutants that maybe I think they're being trafficked. But there's more to that. They have to deal with everything that's going on in New York. There's a lot of people that are very anti-mutant, and that comes across through in these issues very much. So that's really cool. I love Elektra as Daredevil, especially with the art here. My goodness, Velviso's design for Elektra, it's very, very cool. Like just I don't know, I really like it. It's very stylized, very dynamic. Maybe there's a little bit of manga influence. I'm not too familiar with the artist. Before this, but man, I'm super on board with everything that they're doing over there. The whole team really. There's some sequences where there's big explosions, and Rosenberg's colors just really come across the page, and they're very vibrant. And then in the climax of this volume itself, issues 4 and 5, we see that Bucky Barnes, who's now, as I mentioned, going by the Revolution at this point, uh, he wants to hunt down a deranged HYDRA scientist who's turning people into mutants, and he's experimenting on people against their will. So that kind of closes out the arc. So yeah, this was action packed. It's not steeped in continuity, which is, I think, a great way to start a new issue. We leave off in a very interesting place, but you do get these little standalone stories. So whether you're reading this on a monthly basis or checking out this volume, I think that it really works. So I like that we get to explore Laura's journey as her being not only Logan's clone and his daughter, but she's also trying to forge her own path. So that's very cool. Also tackling issues of like justice and vigilantism, because of the whole thing that's going on in not only New York, but the way the world sees the mutants, right? They don't want mutants taking on like these bad guys anymore, because they don't see them as heroes, even if they are custom, they have costumes and everything. And then, of course, as always, Laura still has to deal with her past, those dark things, that the trauma that she had from Weapon X, and some of those decisions that she's made in her life, and then also just finding a place to belong, whether it's with the group in NYX, or whether it's with some of these partnerships and alliances with Daredevil and Bucky. So yeah, I think it really works. I love it. I love seeing these kind of characters, these cameos of these characters kind of come in and out. So that's a lot of fun. This is also the first true solo ongoing Laura's had since that All New Wolverine by Tom Taylor, which is one of my favorite runs. This one had a high bar for sure. So I really, really like this one. I enjoyed just kind of zooming through it. I was once I was back engaged in the comic, I just kind of kept reading. So that was a lot of fun. So if you have read this one, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. And as always, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.